at the airport. And we're like, okay, so we're staying at the Super 6. We're going to take one of the shuttles. They weren't all the fucking time.
There you go, big guy.
I know, right? Anyways, they weren't all the time. And so we jumped into the shuttle, and we're expecting kind of like a calm cab ride or whatever.
A what?
Like a cab ride? Calm cab ride?
What is a comcab?
Somebody who doesn't ask you stupid questions.
That is not a stupid question. That is a legitimate question because a comcab is not a thing.
Whatever. Anyways, the guy asked...
Let's glance over that like I didn't just make up a new idea.
Whatever.
That has no meaning whatsoever.
Doesn't matter. Anyways, so we're going between the airport and the Super 6, and I don't remember how it came up, but at some point we mentioned that we were from California. And the guy starts asking, oh yeah, you got... He's a black dude, kind of...
Racist.
He's a black dude, probably about...
African American.
He's an African American.
Thank you.
About 30 years old, some range around there, maybe a little bit older, whatever.
So let me get this straight. You meet this guy for 5 minutes, and you take enough note to completely document him as a black guy in his 30s.
Yeah. You know, honestly, if you guys didn't realize this, I judge people a lot.
Clearly! Based on ethnicity and age.
Everything. Anyway, so he's like, okay, so what, you guys are from California, and he's like talking about us. He's like, so you guys know what the weed's like, right? Yeah, it's just totally good weed. And we're like, we don't really smoke.
So this was clearly before legalization in Washington and Colorado.
Yeah.
Okay.
This was 3 years ago. Anyways, he's like, oh yeah, the weed is great up there, or, you know, Humboldt, right? And we're like, well, we're kind of...
Humboldt is a lie!
Well, Humboldt's only a lie when you compare it to some of the great places like where I come from.
Humboldt is a lie because I know the people who supply Humboldt.
Okay.
Yeah. Humboldt gets their shit from my friends.
Point is, the guy realizes we're from California. He starts to ask us about weed, and we're like, neither one of...
Fuck you, Humboldt.
Neither one of us do weed all the time. We're like, we're not really smokers. It's fine.
We're doing weed, y'all. We all get together on the weekends and we do weed.
Not even that. To be fair, I like how it was not all of us do weed all the time.
Right.
We do the weeds sometimes,
Though to be
sir.
fair, at this point I had never smoked before because at that point I still get a lot of headaches. Anyway,
From doing the weed.
From doing the weed, guys.
From doing the fucking weed.
I'm trying to tell a fucking story here. Anyways,
Fuck your story.
suck a dick.
And your couch. Fuck your couch.
Fuck your couch. I'm on the couch. Fuck you guys. Anyways, so the guy asks us about California. And it's like, oh, that's, you know, we talked a little bit or whatever. But he starts going into like, oh yeah, I got a couple of, you know, my ex-girlfriend, you know, excuse my language, but she was a bitch. And he's like, bitch is the bad word. He's been saying things like fuck and like shit. He's using every one of those words that you can think of. But the moment he says bitch, he's like, excuse my language.
Should we all take a second and come up with a worse word than bitch?
Every word is worse than bitch. I'm just saying.
Hold on.
The is worse than bitch. What?
Puppy?
Worse than bitch.
No.
I am more offended by puppies than I am by bitch. Actually, to be fair, a puppy can technically be a bitch.
Yes.
Literally. The point is, when it comes to curse words, he was most...
Whose team are you on?
All of the teams. The worst word that he could think of when it came to curses was bitch, and it was really funny because, oh guys, I'm sorry, excuse my language, and we're like, dude, you just said fuck, cunt, and like a bunch of other shit.
Hold on. But then again, there's a lot of people who use gosh darn it and they say excuse my language.
You're right.
So the fucking like curve is skewed as fuck.
But he literally...
The world is really lucky that I've never met those people.
Right.
I believe you have. They're called... Hi, would you like to talk about Jesus?
They're all fucked up. Anyways, the point is, he was really, really adamant about being like, excuse my language, the moment he said bitch. And I laughed a little bit myself, but then he started asking...
And
like,
he died a little on the inside.
He probably did. But he's like, dude, guys, like, if you want some whores, like... he didn't use a word.
If you want some whores...
He said...
Pardon my language on bitch, but if you all would like some whores...
He said...
Make this happen.
He said escorts,
for all.
but he was not holding the punches. The only word he held...
You mean pulling the punches?
He was not pulling... I don't fucking care. Point is, he said... he said all sorts of shit.
This is what we do this drunk. Hey.
Yeah, drunk.
Okay, so
I gotta finish this.
all right, finish it out.
I'm trying to. He was going off on all this shit. He offered us drugs, women, whatever. But, like, we got back to the hotel, I was like, whatever, like, this guy's kind of crazy. He was our chauffeur between the airport.
That doesn't make him crazy. That means he's got the hookup, motherfucker.
Well, apparently Atlanta is really known for its strip clubs and shit.
Actually, I've heard the rap song, that's true.
I mean, I don't
heard this one once.
I don't really know for sure. All I know is he said, oh, yeah, we got plenty of women. The funniest part about the whole thing is, like, some guy later on was like, oh, I'm the... Because he called himself the Iceman. I should mention that. I'm the Iceman. You guys need to hook us. And we really didn't remember what the guy looked like.
You know what ice is, right?
It's a cold substance. I don't fucking know.
No,
ice is crystal meth.
No, and it could also be jewelry and bling.
The point is, the guy called himself the Iceman, and later on, some other guy was like, oh, you guys need some women. I'm the Iceman. Yeah. And we didn't realize it wasn't the same guy. We gave him high five. I was like, wait, that wasn't the same guy, right?
But
every
Iceman
fucker
could mean two different things.
The point
Iceman could just mean bling.
Every one of the fuckers in that area was the same kind of asshole. And we got that shit all weekend, except for the one time we got this, like, Harvard graduate who talked to us about, like, actual teaching and shit. It was really weird.
Okay, actually, I'd be a lot more offended with that guy.
That guy was great. I love that dude's conversation. We talked a lot about, like, IT and all sorts of stuff. He's like, yeah, you know, I did college. It kind of sucks I'm doing this little shuttle ride, but it was awesome. So, anyways, comparing or gumming you to death to, hey, I've got this bitch who you could fuck guy, there's kind of on par. And
Actually, no, there's no way they're in par. There's a guy talking about being a cab driver and having to be in weird situations to being a pimp.
The guy was literally a pimp.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to say he was anything else.
Comparable.
He was literally a fucking
not
pimp.
comparable.
And yes, I said fucking again. I'm going to get more booze, guys. I'll be back.
Okay,
and we've lost Steve again.
Hold on.
I'm not that far away.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Let me take this opportunity to explain why we are all such terrible people. Steven mentioned a phrase that we use very commonly when we're in places like Vegas or Comic-Con or Fanime.
Hookers?
Your team, my team, teams in general.
Your team!
Yes. So, your team is a thing...
Then
Hold
he's
on.
not going to explain while he's typing to
Yeah,
people
sorry.
on the fucking live cast.
Sorry.
I'm
So,
in the middle of a sentence. Fuck you guys. I'm not going to finish it.
your team is a phrase that we hear rather often during our vacations together, which there are kind of a few.
Well.
There's a lot. So, let me explain to you why we are the worst people you will ever hear speak. Your team is the meanest game that you can play.
No, Kick the Baby is the meanest game you could play.
This might be worse.
No.
Babies are soft, they bounce.
Yeah, picture sure it didn't happen, bro.
So, your team is just a very mean game in which you find the homeliest or portliest or just grossest person you can find, and you designate them to somebody's team. So if I were to see a 400-pound toothless troll wandering around the streets of Vegas, I would calmly look at Eduardo, and I would say, your team. What this means is this person has been assigned to Eduardo's team. Quoting marks in the air.
Meaning if
People
we
who
got
can't
into
see.
a battle, they would back me up.
Yes, if a war were to break out, this is the team that has been assembled for Eduardo. Now, there's a couple of rules to this. You cannot assign members to your own team. The only way to remove someone from your team is to walk up to them, look them in the eyes,
Important.
and say, "You're not on my team."
Funny enough about that, though, the first time you guys told me about this story, or this game, remember how many people I told that to?
Oh, he took it as a personal fucking challenge to walk up to every person we assigned. We could have assigned him fucking Jessica Alba in her prime.
And I still would have said,
He
you're
still
not on my
would have
team.
gone up and told her she was not on his team. He took it as a personal challenge. But we are the meanest kids at Comic-Con, Fanime, Vegas, anywhere else that we've been, because we will assign anyone and everyone to each other's team almost entirely to see Steven tell them they're not on his team. And this has had varying degrees of success, because we did not invent this game. We heard about this game, and most people, when Steven does this and says, you're not on my team, they go, okay, and then they walk away. But a few times people have gone, oh, fuck you. Like, they know the game, they're aware of what he's doing, and they know they've just been judged by the 3 ugliest fucking kids at the convention, who aren't themselves, because they rank a noted degree less than us.
But the whole point is that it's a great game.
It is not a great game. It's
an awful great game.
I fully admit that we are the meanest people at Comic-Con and Fanime. Not in Vegas.
Okay,
there are much meaner people.
There are
in
much
Vegas,
worse people we could have pointed out.
Hold on. I have to go back to our horrid Comic-Con story. We can't be the meanest, because there's that one guy who was like, you have saved me money on my Playboy subscription. And
So-
we talked about it on the podcast.
By
so
the
we
way,
don't
Eddie, he's
have
on
to
your
go
team.
back on it. No, dude,
That's another rule. You cannot put
Yeah.
somebody on somebody's team after the fact.
I know, but if I were there, I would have put him
Yes,
on my team.
and
Way
then
immediately.
You would have been too busy.
You're all
busy.
pussy, bro.
Too
You got all the
pussy.
pussy.
You would have been too
Too
busy
busy.
putting him on my team to hold me back from strangling him.
No, like
I would've
we had
preferred
to
that you did.
physically hold Eduardo down from hitting this guy, and I honestly think Eduardo was not the only person being held down from hitting this guy.
Nope.
Probably not. The guy was a dickwad. I wasn't there for that story, but I
No,
heard
he's
it
not
a few
even a
times.
dick. He's gross.
He was the
is
worst
a
of the worst.
disgusting human being.
He was
and
the-
he is the reason nerds have a bad name.
He was a basement troll at the fucking max of it.
He was there with his mother.
I know. He was a basement troll to the max. That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
Just a vile human being. Vile.
This might take us away from our current subject, but I just got an email, hopefully from one of our viewers, guy named, well, I won't say his full name, but his first name's Michael, who sent me $50 via PayPal,
Wow.
and the only note was, suck it.
Ha ha!
So,
You know, Michael, if you are listening right now, I will suck it, metaphorically speaking.
Michael, I would like to read it. Steven will suck it
Metaphorically
physically.
speaking.
Physically. First off, we had him at $100. He had one more drink. Now he's at $50. How low can we go?
I'll do 30 if it's one of you guys. Just saying.
We get the employee discount.
Yep.
Yes. So,
no,
thank
but
you, Michael.
Big
whoever
ups to
you're at.
Michael. Seriously, you're an
It's
awesome
far
human
later.
being.
You're the first person who's given us actual money,
Yeah.
so you're
I don't
fucking
even
awesome.
know why. I don't even know if he's a listener.
But you know what? It's okay,
But guess what?
'cause
I'm just gonna
suck it.
assume. Yeah. Apparently, I also want a BJ that I don't even know. So Michael S. Fucking tits,
Cool
dude.
guy, dude. Cheers to that.
Oh,
Let's all
dude,
take a
we're
drink.
all drinking.
Let's all
Drinking
take
for
a
that.
drink.
Yeah,
Just fucking
down
tap
your
that.
fucking shit, bitches.
I have
Eduardo,
a
you did
full
not clink
drink.
my glass.
Just
I
down
am-
your shit. Oh, muffin.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm not downing anything. Sorry. Michael, $50 is great. If you want me to down a drink, you're gonna have to go more than $50. No, really, we've been drinking all day for the last 3 days straight, and I'm not
I
gonna
really
chug
don't think I
anything.
can chug the rest of this.
Yeah.
But I
fine.
But I do take a drink in your honor. Let's
Don't
put it like
chug. I finished my drink.
Well, you didn't have a whole drink.
I had half of one.
I have a whole drink.
You didn't drink half of that whole drink, though.
that. You didn't
Fair
drink
enough.
a half of a whole
Fair
of a
enough.
quarter of a part.
Exactly.
So another thing that's been coming up a lot this weekend, it's an older game, but we're on Twitch, so we should be talking about some gaming. It's a fun game, and it seems... He's not going to admit it right now, but it's taken over a small chunk of his life.
It's great.
Okay, look, the only reason it's taken over a chunk of my life is because I'm in a room with you two idiots who are playing it, and I'm like,
And whipping your ass!
because you played it before.
So hold on,
This
guys,
is the hold on.
guys.
This is the first
Let
time.
him, hold on, let's listen to him justify this
do
shit
this.
right now.
This-
This is the first time playing it, and honestly, y'all were like in your little huddle playing this game. I'm over here bored, and I was like, so lonely, so lonely.
All by
So
myself.
hold on, you want to see how many fucks I give? Here, let me open up the box of all the fucks I give. Oh, there's none there.
Yeah, to be fair though, none of us give any fucks. That's why we do this.
I know, right?
Yeah,
It's great.
So the game we're talking
For no
about,
fucks.
the game we're talking about is Game Dev Tycoon. And normally I'm not huge on these dev
Running on
tycoons
empty.
or these
Be
whatever
right back.
tycoon
Simulation games are sort of weird, but this one is great.
I was weirdly addicted to it when I first got it. It's the best $10 I ever spent, to be honest.
Except for that hooker in Vegas.
Well,
Wait. You spent $10 on a hooker in Vegas?
No.
He's a liar!
My girlfriend is sitting fucking 5 feet away, man.
That is more like 10 to 15 feet away.
I am not a great judge of distance, so
Sorry.
Well, so long as you admit that.
Game Dev Tycoon is exactly what it sounds like. It's a game where you play as a game developer, you start off in your basement, and you work your way up to being a AAA developer, developing games.
Why would you want to do that? AAA sucks.
Yeah, dude, you don't want to be Assassin's Creed and their Unity bullshit. I'm
But you
just
know,
saying.
you start off in the PC era and you work your way up to. They decided to go one past current gen, and that's where the game ends. Is one past the current gen. So
well,
they go to
when
the,
you say end, you mean ends, because you can continue to play the
ends
game.
and well, they tell you the game is over, but you can go into extended play mode at that
Right.
point. But the game is weirdly addicting. Like, I would seriously be up till 5 or 6 in the morning playing this game, going, "Fuck, where did my night go?" Because you can whip out a game every 3 or 4 minutes, and just you get a game that's all 8s across the board. Because so after you build a game, they rank it, right? You get reviews on your game like you would with a real game. You get reviews on it. But you get a game that's all 8s, and you go, well, why isn't it 9s or 10s? And then you feel compelled to build another one. They go, oh, but you've built too many of that type of game. So you go, okay, I'll whip out a couple of nothing games so I can come back to the game I'm trying to build, and I can get all fucking 10s on it. And it never happens. It never happens.
So the game is great because you've got a lot of flexibility. You can do different fucking consoles, and yeah, I said fucking. So I'll drink. Hold on.
The weird hole is so you decide what are the
Steven's
categories?
playing a drinking game by himself here.
What are the categories? So you have your rating, which is E for everyone, M for mature, Y for young.
Yeah, you can do
your
anything
type
from
of
early.
game, your genre of game, and your platform.
So you pick your platform. You've got your genre of game and your type of game. So yeah, you're right.
Okay, so I forgot where I was going with this. You derailed me. You're a piece of shit.
It's fine. So the thing
It's
is,
better than him railing you.
Well, that's true.
yeah, let me
Better derailed than railed.
Let me
folks.
rail you on cast
Better
right now.
derailed than railed.
The game allows a lot of flexibility.
I'll drink to that.
There's like probably 30 different genres you can do, and then
Oh,
there's like
that's what I was talking
multi-genre.
about. So the weird gap in all of this, no puzzle game.
That is the weirdest part about it, but you're
You
right.
cannot develop a puzzle game.
Speaking of puzzle games, I mentioned it last week, the Talos Principle, I finally finished it 100%.
Oh, you're done?
Yeah,
So now when I log online to live stream a game, I'm not going to have to wait for, let me finish this puzzle, bro.
exactly. That game is great, though. If you guys are interested in a puzzle game, highly recommend it. There are 3 different endings, and they all are great. I mean,
Only 3.
Fucking.
I spent 25 hours to get the highest of the endings. I'm just saying.
Bro, every game I play, I get the highest ending I can get.
Right, but what is it? Independent game took me 25
Eduardo,
hours.
he missed it. Did you catch it? High five!
High five that one.
He just wants.
You can't get in the high five if you're in the middle. You ruin the tower.
He just wants to be
You're right,
loved.
guys. Sorry. Let me just.
Steve just wants
Whoa.
to
You guys want the Eiffel Tower? I'm just saying.
Again, if you're in the middle of the Eiffel Tower, you're not touching a goddamn thing.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure an Eiffel Tower requires at least a little bit of sucking.
Not with your hand. Your hand does not have vacuum-like abilities. You are not Datara. Also, if
Okay.
anybody who's watching Naruto, do you think he can give a blowjob with his hand?
Wait, which character?
Datara.
I don't know what someone is.
So Datara is this guy who has little mouths on his hand, and he
Oh
can,
yeah, he can do a great one.
I'm just saying, can he blow 3 guys simultaneously?
What? Is this the conundrum of the night?
I mean,
Yeah, I know. 3 guys
So,
simultaneously. easy.
for people who don't know, Datara is this character who... Oh, sorry. Let me pronounce it in the traditional Japanese. Datara. Datara is this character who has mouths on his hands, which they've shown have tongues. Can he blow a guy with his palm, or is it still technically a hand job? Discuss it amongst yourselves.
Yeah, we're gonna get it in a second.
Couple
seconds, guys.
I'm verklempt.
Couple seconds, guys. Okay, if you got a tongue and a mouth on your palm, yes.
Wait, didn't Vampire D also have a fucking mouth on his hand?
Not that I remember.
D, Vampire Hunter, he was Vampire. He like sucked the
Whoa!
world with his hand.
Let's get one thing straight. It's called Vampire Hunter D,
My bad.
and his name is Alucard, like every other fucking Japanese anime video.
Because it's Dracula backwards, guys!
Whoa, mind blown!
Wait,
My brother
hold
joy-gasmed
on.
when he figured that out.
shut up.
Really?
Yes.
Wait, it's
Wow.
Dracula backwards?
Yeah. Seriously. Mindgasm.
My brain is explode. Do we have any other great news or games we've been playing recently?
What have we been playing? Well, you and me have been playing pre-sequel. We've been streaming that.
Yeah, we have been streaming
Also,
on a pre-sequel.
I have to whore ourselves out. 5D is playing Neverwinter.
What? Neverwinter high five.
I will be
Oh,
in
let's
that.
do it closer to the mic so they can hear the high five. You're not playing. Get out of the high
I'm
five.
gonna play soon.
Yeah!
You guys didn't tell me you guys were doing Neverwinter. I will eat all over that next time.
So, a couple of people have actually asked. We're going to do Thursday
Thursdays.
nights,
Generally
Neverwinter.
speaking, yeah.
Generally speaking, actually, most of the time, Thursday nights. We're trying to fit in another day, but it's kind of tricky because the pre-sequel kind of
These
got away.
assholes, we've been. When I say these assholes, I mean Devin and I. We've been streaming like fucking mad cakes on Metagame.
We have.
I haven't because I have a real job and a life.
We both
Wow.
have real jobs, you fuckball.
You do data entry. I'm just kidding. I don't.
It's
Wow.
I don't actually know what you do. I'm sorry. I
it's data entry.
apologize.
You're not really wrong. And
I gave him that job. I know what it is.
It's awful.
So, yes, we've all been streaming, and it's a big thing. So, pre-sequel. I've heard a lot of people say that they feel it's too Arkham Origins, and the fact that it's not a full sequel, it's this weird in-between sequels thing. But here's what I'll say. It's better than Origins, because where Arkham Origins was the same game plus bells and whistles, I think pre-sequel adds enough difference to gameplay and enough new features to where, yes, I agree, it is not Borderlands 3, it's never going to be Borderlands 3, but it's enough to justify the price tag.
Hold on, you've been playing the Enforcer. How different is he from every other character in the game?
So, the Enforcer is right akin to the Commando and the Soldier units, to where
So, he's
they
really
summon
like
a
that.
thing. But what's nice is, in 1 and 2, you had the Soldier and the Commando, which are largely the same thing. They're a guy who summons a turret. Sure, the turret has different bells and whistles attached to it, but largely it's the same thing. The Enforcer does still summon Thingacies, but they're not a turret. It's actually a simultaneous offensive and defensive weapon. You have Wolf and Saint. Wolf is a damage bot, while Saint is a heal bot. And what's nice is there are 2 trees, one that focuses on Wolf and one that focuses on Saint, and then a third one called Dreadnought, which actually, it doesn't focus on either, while also focusing on both, if that makes sense. It doesn't boost either one, it makes both more effective.
Well, the reason I ask is because my experience, I've been playing the Claptrap, and let me tell you,
Because you're a troll.
I am a troll, you're right.
Yeah, no,
But
true.
I will say flat out that his character, not only is it a great support machine, but he is way different than every other class in any of the...
Yeah, Claptrap is very new.
Yeah, like if you play, like, I played Borderlands 1, I know what this is like. No, you won't understand.
No,
Claptrap.
you have no idea.
I played Borderlands 2, I know this. You have no fucking idea, because Claptrap is this... The 3 trees, one of them is kind of like, okay, generic shit. But the other 2 are, like, really different. One of them is, like, no matter what, if you're switching these subroutines, which are happening all the fucking time with that character, shit changes. Like, one of them is, like, if you're using a certain gun when you're not in this mode, you're doing badly. And you've got to, like, have every fucking gun in existence. But the thing is, like, he's supportive, he's, like, damaging, he's got everything, and it's this weird fucking situation.
They actually put up 2 different warnings when you choose Claptrap. They go,
2 of them.
Do you really want to play Claptrap? And you go, yeah. And they go, no,
Are you
seriously,
really sure?
Do you really want to play Claptrap? And you go like, Yeah.
His primary ability is literally random, so depending on what you have unlocked, you can do things like, oh, I'm making everybody spend all their ammo and shit.
I thought his primary ability was shooting.
His primary ability...
Claptrap's primary ability is completely random. It's anything from your character bounces to gun mods to summoning a minion.
I've been there when motherfucking, oh, look, boss, and now we're all bouncing around.
Yeah.
I mean...
Thank you, Steven.
Well, the thing is, the bounce has its own advantages. Like, I reflect bullets.
What we realized late was that bounce also makes you reflect bullets.
Which is great. The point is, the character is very random. If you're not used to playing a character that you don't have a lot of control of, you do not want to play Claptrap.
And that's what I mean, is this one is, sure, it is not 3. And let me stress that. It's not Borderlands 3.
But
it adds a lot of fun new game types. There's, so the 4 main characters are, and forgive me if I botched the names, it's Athena, Claptrap,
and he's
Wilhelm, and then the cowboy girl whose name I can never remember.
I don't know her.
I'm actually playing as her on my own right now.
I'm
gonna
go with
Serena
because I can.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not.
So the abilities are Claptrap is random. Wilhelm summons the 2 bots, and again, it's like the turret, but it works different because it's simultaneous offense and defense boost.
The interesting thing about Claptrap is that
hold on. Let me get through this. Going over the things.
Continue.
Athena is more melee based than the others have been, because where in the last 2 games melee was half melee, half sniper.
Yeah.
This is assault rifle and melee, and her ability doesn't improve melee. It's actually a glaive. She throws out a ricocheting discus, and I haven't actually looked at the skill trees to see how it levels up at max level. But I mean, still, she's your melee. And then we have the accuracy-focused character who actually has a more Gunzerker-like ability. So you really still want to take the Jacobs guns that have high speed and accuracy, but there is a tree that ends up being Gunzerker. You get a clone of your gun only if it's a pistol, and you get to do dual-wield high speed damage. Where that's actually not the one I'm taking. I'm going a completely different route. So again, it's more of the same, but presented differently enough that it feels unique. And honestly, I think the best new feature is the fact that you're on a moon, so you're dealing with low grav and no oxygen, and it doesn't feel like another burden thrown on you with the low oxygen. It honestly just feels like, it's a thing you need to be aware of, but the upside is you get the O2 canister, which provides some sort of bonus, plus an O2 amount, and low grav jumping and boosting, so now you get a double jump, and it makes mobility between areas much quicker.
So, the interesting thing about this is that, there's a lot of features the O2 has. One of the best things ever, especially if you're playing Claptrap, because he doesn't actually need any volume or oxygen. Basically, you can always use the speed revive, which is essentially using your O2, but you use it really quickly, and it jumps people up, like, at least twice as fast, right? It's at least twice as fast, and it's great. So if you're playing Claptrap, he's designed as a support character, and even though he has this a really damagey tree, like his other 2 trees are like these weird random support trees. They work great because you got all these weird secondary abilities. Like, because the thing is, at the end of the day, when you press your ultimate thingy or whatever, your ability or whatever, you do one of, like, I think the start is like 6 abilities. There's a bunch of fucking shit you can do. And as you level up your stuff, you get even more weird stuff. So when I'm playing the character, I've got like, I've got all the basic stuff, and then I got like Gun Wizard. Oh, I shoot faster and I do more damage, and I got more bullets and it reloads faster. All sorts of shit like that. But he's got all these random other abilities, like, I bounce, and when you're bouncing, you've got no...
Okay.
What was really great about Claptrap, though, is at the very beginning of the game, they tell you, if you're not a robot, you're going to run out of oxygen and die.
And Steven
actually mentions, I wonder if that really counts or if it's just dialogue. And then we walk out, and he's really not dying, because he's a rabbit.
So as this claptrap, I can run around and revive people with the oxygen and not fucking care because, I have no oxygen. I'm not suffocating.
We should mention what that mechanic is. So now you have two ways to regen people. There's traditional regen or a faster regen that drains oxygen. So for a character like mine, Wilhelm, I would lose out on a chunk of my oxygen and have to go find a place to regen that if I want to regen him quickly. Or I can take the extra time to regen him and save the oxygen.
Right.
And again, that oxygen system sounds like it would be a huge burden, but they balanced it very well where it's a thing you need to be aware of. And even when you run out, you lose life one tick at a time.
And not only that,
it's so slow, and the places where you can refill it are so plentiful.
There really
it's
are.
not a problem.
So the coolest thing about the way they did it is that not only did they add the whole oxygen system, which is like it adds enough to where like this is not we're good. It's not the whole like, oh man, we're just adding a little thing. They also added the cryo weapon and then also the lasers.
Yeah, cryo and beam. And actually both him and I were unimpressed with beam weapons. That's not to say that somebody isn't going to find some weird niche with beam weapons.
Honestly, they're awesome. I just don't care for them.
Yeah, it's a personal preference where him and I aren't really using beam. We're
like
using the shit out of cryo,
I just feel like they go through ammo way too fast.
They do. But again, I'm sure
yes
there's somebody out there who found this great niche with beam weapons and is rocking it out. But cryo, me and him have found this great thing. You had this problem. You told me about this with Borderlands 2, specifically Big Game Hunt, where you were having this problem where the game's puked badasses at you. You're fighting 4 or 5 badasses at a time.
It is.
What's great is with the cryo weapon, this game has that same problem. You're fighting 4 or 5 badasses at a time. But with cryo,
frozen.
With cryo, I can sit there and plink them with cryo, and he can show up and do the damage. And cryo will actually freeze them in ice. They don't move, they don't shoot. So I can hold a person in place while he hits them with real damage. And that's not to say that cryo isn't also doing damage. It's doing less damage and holding them in place, while Steven will come up and hit them with real damage. So it really makes for more multiplayer fun, which is really where Gearbox and Borderlands is shining.
Yeah.
Is with the multiplayer.
I honestly cannot stand the game solo, but the multiplayer is great.
Multiplayer.
Yeah.
And it's not Call of Duty where, bro, you're a noob and I outsniped you and fuck. No, it's about, dude, how do I compliment you?
No. Sometimes it is, look at all the kills I got.
But you know what? You know what I mean?
For people who can't see, Eduardo is giving Steven the death glare. And here is where I'll justify. Steven likes to talk about how well he's doing. Wherein me and Eduardo more just play silently like, hey, you getting kills? Yeah. And that's where we leave it. But Steven is a much more game-focused lifestyle than we are.
Let me give you guys a little bit of history, whatever you want to call it. I have played competitively on almost every...
Bro, just more competitive than you are.
I'm not saying that you guys aren't competitive. I'm just saying that when I
I'm really not. That's why I won't play like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Super Smash. I'm not competitive.
When it comes to competitive games, I love them. I love saying, I am fucking better than that asshole. Yeah! But
we know.
I know.
We've caught on.
I am just saying, like, that is my thing. I've played so many more competitive games than these assholes. And not to say these guys aren't bad. They're cool gamers, but, like, they may not do a lot of competitive games. It doesn't make them bad gamers.
Look, I've also played competitive games. But when I'm playing with you guys, that's not why I'm playing.
I have played
so
many more of those.
While we're mentioning competitive gaming, a lot of people know we've been streaming Smite, and it hasn't been going well. People don't want to watch us play Smite.
We're really bad at that shit.
We should mention, both Steven and I have just gotten into the alpha test for Heroes of the Storm.
I'm excited because I want to bring you into that shit.
Speaking of, I should get on that shit
And
too.
Eduardo is going to be signing up, so hopefully all three of us can get into the beta. Definitely minor
Alpha,
plug.
at least.
Let's throw in the minor plug. Definitely check us out playing Heroes of the Storm. We'll squeeze it in with our Borderlands pre-sequel play now that we're on True Vault Hunter.
Right.
We've beaten the core mechanic of the game, so we can squeeze in other stuff better.
Almost would have been like, let's play Diablo 2, bitches.
No.
Oh! He is denying that shit, guys. If you want Diablo 2, fucking hashtag
No,
my ass.
definitely hit us up if you do want to see Diablo 2. As hopefully you guys know, when we stream, we do it community-based. So it's not, hey, we play this game and fuck you. If enough of the audience wants to see a game, we will switch. And if we want to add Diablo 2 to that list, we totally can.
Yeah, so speaking of all that shit, I'm going to go ahead and whore us out right now.
No.
Wait, you have another thing? You have another thing? I will whore us out later. What you got?
We're coming to the end of our fucking...
Yeah, we are.
Like, we've hit our hour, probably a little bit more. But before we go away, I do want to talk about one thing.
Okay, do it.
The Dark Below, the expansion to Destiny.
Wait, hold on.
Destiny talk.
You?
Now, everybody who's watching can see my eyes glaze over.
So,
we're going to glaze over together.
I haven't talked about Destiny in a while, so I do want to talk about the new expansion, The Dark Below. And this is where I kind of want to talk about Borderlands, the pre-sequel.
Paid DLC, non-paid DLC?
Paid DLC,
Okay.
except for people like me who are Bungie hordes and bought the fucking Legendary Edition or whatever. The Ghost Edition. Yes, everybody's bored. So, how it relates to Borderlands
To
is...
be a point, though, neither one of us give a shit about Bungie anymore. But he does.
Yeah,
Continue,
I
man.
do. Anyways, so... Paid DLC, yes. But, to be fair, I feel the pre-sequel was exactly that. Full price paid DLC. Yes, I know you don't agree, but that's how I feel.
No, I mean, if you feel like Borderlands, I actually pay for their DLC because I feel it's worth it. It adds enough for me to make it worth it. So I'm not 100% in the fuck DLC camp if it's really worth it.
Here's the thing.
No, look at Reaper of Souls. Diablo 3 is fucking useless without Reaper of Souls.
Yeah, that DLC is way required. I'm just saying.
But anyways, I feel like the pre-sequel should have been a DLC, not a full price game. I'm sorry,
I disagree.
I'm on either side, but I think
I know you do.
I disagree.
But I feel like The Dark Below was DLC. It wasn't a full price, and it added one full-blown, like, raid. Like, everybody fucking, like, 6 players kind of stuff.
My problem with adding one raid, you get 4 games out of it before you're like, okay, what else?
They added a raid. They added a bunch of more story missions.
Okay, story missions.
And they also added strikes.
Level cap increase?
Yes.
Wait,
okay. Level cap increase. Not even that.
Hold on. I thought strikes were in there before.
Yes, but
new strikes.
New strikes.
Okay.
I heard that the first week of the DLC, nobody who didn't pay for DLC could do strikes that week.
No, that's not true. Look, there's this thing called a Nightfall strike. Every week, they grab one strike, add a bunch of difficulty modifiers to it, and they go, this is your Nightfall, you get extra shit for it. What they did for the launch of Dark Below, and it's on a rotational basis, is this is a strike, a Nightfall strike, that is super hard, but it only part of the Dark Below content. So if you don't have it, you can't do the Nightfall strike. But you can do every fucking thing else.
Okay, so that was probably worded a little harsher than it really was.
And I know that some people were really upset because they're like, I can't do a Nightfall, I need to get the DLC, and yes, you did need to get the DLC to do this extra hard.
Whoa, let me throw this out here right now. Ben941, best Christmas ever, Game of Thrones, $220 from Christmas, even DVD and games, best Christmas ever. I agree. Yes, that is the way to spend Christmas, sir.
Hold on. I gotta say
hold
about
on. This isn't the best way to spend Christmas, drinking, talking shit on the internet? Oh, God, I'm flabbergasted.
Okay, best way to spend Christmas ever is when you've got, like, 2 of your pseudo buddies who are like, I have been drinking since 8 a.m. today.
No. We've been drinking since 2 days ago.
Okay, you know what?
Okay, it's fine. Fuck it. I'm gonna reiterate it. You got two buddies who've been drinking literally 2 days ago, and you're like, I've had water like maybe twice today. Anyways, the point is, you got two buddies who've been like enjoying the rest of everything together, talking about whatever the fuck you feel like.
Right.
You've been drinking for 2 fucking days straight, and you're sitting here like, we got a great time, and you're talking about games, whether it's, you know, Destiny or Dev Kai 2. I said
Dev Tycoon!
Dev Tycoon!
Actually, to be fair, he said Death Kaitoon, but
Tycoon! What is
alright.
You've
That's
been,
our new anime.
Okay, so...
what
so,
is you've been playing fucking games, having a great time with your friends. I am all over that shit. Great on you, man. I agree entirely. Have a fucking wonderful Christmas. Doesn't matter what the fuck you're talking about, so long as it's a good conversation.
To finish off,
You know?
to finish off the Destiny talk,
Ooh, Destiny.
yeah. The Dark Below, decent story.
Wait, is it me where I'm blowing some chick?
You don't blow a chick, bro. I don't know if anyone's
No
told you.
women would ever want me to blow her, except for those really rare women who are probably not worth it.
Anyways, Dark Below, if you play Destiny, it's definitely worth it. It adds enough, and it doesn't take away pretty much anything, unless you don't have it.
Yeah.
It's totally worth it. I can't do a full review because these assholes are going to keep interrupting. But,
Do it.
coming toward the end of the cast, thank you very much for tuning in. Blank
Sorry
there
that
for
the
a
video
second.
is so
Wait.
bad, guys. We're dealing with hotel Wi-Fi.
Well, hold on. So I'm gonna whore us out here a little bit.
That's I was about
Yeah,
to say.
Steven, play us out.
I got the
And
shit.
while Steven plugs us out, I'm
Hold
going to
on.
go finish that bottle of Malibu.
Yeah, do it. First of all, if you've been having issues with our video quality, I apologize. We are on random ass hotel Holiday Inn internet. I think it's been okay. We can't really monitor it because
It breaks the
our
rest of the
upload
cast.
and our download are very separate things, and our upload is probably like, wait, these guys are like doing all the shit. We are attempting to, and I apologize if you had a bad time. But if you want to check us out, comment us, whatever. 5dpodcast.com is our website. If you want to give us an email, it's 5dpodcast at 5d. Wait, is it 5d? It's 5D at
You
5D.
do this every week for
I
a
know,
reason.
but I've had more than you all have.
Bullshit.
That's not even true.
You don't know.
I
5D.
do know I've been sitting right here.
Look at this. 5D at 5dpodcast.com. That's our email.
Da-ta-ta-ka.
I am drinking a lot. It's our drunk cast. Fuck you all. That is our email. Great times. 5D_podcast. That's our Twitter. If you want to check us out, twitter.com/all that shit I just said. We have a Twitch stream.
Twitch streams,
Jesus,
man.
What that asshole said. 5D podcast. No spaces. None of that shit. Also, by the way, it's always a 5. The numeral 5, not like a word. You can also check us out. Even though Tyler's not here, it's Cosplay Fiend. That is at Cosplay Fiend. I am also at Figbird485. We also have a I did have both of those. Shit. Our forums are 5dpodcast.com/forums. And, you know, we also have the Twitch stream. It's 5D Podcast. Devin and I also do an additional stream. It's Metagame Network. Check us out there. I am Figbird485. That's a Twitter thing. And we're also on Facebook. It's just 5D Podcast, right?
Okay.
No underscores.
Before Steven blows a gasket and totally burns
I am trying
himself,
really hard.
Hey, big guy, I give you full credit, but I'm gonna cut you off here. You go ahead and lie your little... Come here, big guy. You lie your little head down and everything's gonna be... Stop rubbing my boob.
I'm just
Everything's gonna be okay.
As far as I'm concerned, I have not mistakenly said anything.
Except for all those things that you had to take back. Okay, so, Eduardo, any last word for the people?
Yes, I'm sorry, no last words, but because it feels wrong to do it, we got to do a top 10. Top 10 things to do in Vegas.
Ooh.
Hookers, blow. Hookers, blow. Hookers, blow. Slushy drinks, hit a table. Hookers and blow.
Steven?
I got this. Tables, hookers, walking the strip because you know what? Fuck it. Eating random fucking dessert things. Was sitting in your room going like, why the fuck would I go outside? I've got this great thing.
It's 50 degrees outside.
It's great.
It's freezing.
Going to the pool because I'm gonna wear nothing and go in the pool.
We're at 6. All right, keep going.
Right? Playing video games in your hotel room because it's great.
Game Dev Tycoon all day.
Dev Game. Had to
Fucked up the name and missed the high five.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Got it.
Keep going. You're at 7. You're at 7.
Okay, well, I got more. Drinking.
Hookers and blow.
Hookers and blow. That is
All right,
10.
and that's 10. All right. All right, what do I got? I guess I have to be the
Do it.
sober one. Hash House to Go-Go. Fucking amazing. Pampas, it's a meat parade. You ask us on our fucking
it's
forum.
so much food.
We will talk about it. Actually, Cabo Wabo was pretty good. Motherfucking.
Yeah, no, I'm still impressed with Cabo Wabo.
Don't go to Serendipity. That's not part of it.
No, overpriced drinks.
Wait. Serendipity, overpriced. Okay.
Yeah.
Put that ramen hole. Don't go there.
God, that yeah. Anyways, Hookers and Blow. Gotta
Fake
add that
ramen.
in. I'm at 5. Luxor, check that shit out. It's pretty as fuck. Tournament of Kings. Fucking knights fighting.
Dragon
Knights! Yes. Definitely playing video games in the room while the lady folk are trying to pretend this isn't happening. The Ferris wheel they will never go on because Devin's a pussy.
I don't do heights. I'm
And
not propping that shit.
free drinks at a fucking table while we play $5 hands of fucking blackjack.
Boom!
Alright, guys. It was wonderful. I hope you all have a wonderful night. And if you did get a chance
Give a
to
shitty night. Fuck you.
Yeah,
Merry
fuck all you
Christmas.
guys. But if you get a chance to
Wait,
check
at this point, guys, Merry Christmas.
Merry fucking Christmas. High
Yes,
five everywhere.
baby Jesus' birthday.
Baby
Not a real thing.
Not a
Made
real
up.
thing.
Not a real person.
Whether or not you celebrate that shit, I am...
Celebrate.
Celebrats.
I hope that you enjoyed our cast this week.
Celebrate is the DLC of Celebrate.
Yeah. If you gotta pay $5 for that shit, let me know. Figure
Michael S., it's free for you because you gave me $50.
Yes, Michael
Yeah,
S. is the
dude.
man.
Michael S., you're great. I love you. Anyways, check us out next week. We'll be around. Have a fucking good night, everybody. It's been awesome.
Boom!
Bye.
All right, and this is me coming up to and turning your shit off.
We hate you.
Bye.
I fucked that picture up.